Every person engaging with my content for 14 months was the exact reason I wasn't making any money. Let me explain. When I left Verizon after almost 20 years, I started posting every day for 14 months, over 500 posts. And people engaged. They liked, they commented, they said, "Great post, Ryan." I felt like something was building. But here's what I didn't notice for way too long. Every single person commenting was in the same boat as me. Other coaches, other people trying to build something. They were supportive, genuinely, but none of them were ever going to be my client. They were clapping, not buying, and I couldn't tell the difference. Because I never had to do this part before. 20 years in corporate, by the time I touched a client, somebody else had already closed them. I had zero reps at actually finding and bringing in new business. So I was doing the hardest part of entrepreneurship without even realizing how hard it was. LD put it in a way that hit me. Same boat people clap, they don't buy. Once I heard that, I couldn't unsee it. I scrolled back through months of posts, the same 15 people leaving hearts and love this. Not one of them ever asked how to work with me. Not one. So what actually changed? I stopped trying to get more engagement from my feed. I got into rooms where people already had the problems I knew how to solve. Not other coaches, actual business owners and professionals who needed the skills I'd spent years building. And when I showed up in those rooms and just started being helpful, I didn't have to pitch. I didn't have to convince anyone. People came to me and said, "Can we talk?" Because when somebody has a real problem and they can see you can fix it, they don't leave a comment that says, "Love this." They send a DM that says, "Are you available?" That shift, going to 80% of my time in the right rooms and 20% on content, that's what turned from 500 posts and one client into $75,000 and 15 clients in 10 days. And my content now takes me about an hour a week because it's not carrying the weight of my entire business anymore. The relationships are doing that. If your feed looks like mine did, full of people who support you but will never pay you, it's not a content problem. It's not even a discipline problem. You just haven't found the rooms where your skills are the answer to someone's actual problem. Once you know your edge, what you specifically bring that people will pay for, finding those rooms gets a lot easier. If you want help figuring out what your right rooms actually are, comment the word edge below.